Hello, hi there. It's Alyssa, and it's 7 o'clock on Tuesday, which means it's time for our latte with a librarian. So today, as you see, I have my pumpkin mug. It's all Halloween all the time here right now. It has been for a little while. You can't really see in the background, but over the last couple of weeks, we've been evolving back there and off camera here and in the kitchen. And um, I have a new pumpkin mug, which is so cute, all these jack-o'-lanterns. And today's latte is actually mint hot chocolate. I bought the mix a while ago. One of the times that I try not to go, maybe like every other week, I go to the grocery store. Isn't it so cute? I think it's from Home Goods. I can't remember. So I try not to go out that often, but I went Halloween hunting for all sorts of things. And I had to relinquish a Halloween mug. So to make up for that Halloween mug, I bought four more, which is logical. And one of the times that I went to the grocery store, I found this mint hot chocolate mix, which is literally just chocolate, coconut sugar, and mint extract. And it's really good. I mixed it with hemp milk, and it's been keeping me cozy on this pretty chilly day. Hello, hello. I love fall too. Fall is my favorite. I'm pretty excited that it is now officially fall. Um, so now when people look at my house, they don't go, "How long have you had your Halloween decorations up?" Like, nobody needs to know that they've been up since August, even though I'm telling you that now, and it just kind of seems normal now. um, yeah, so this is one of my new mugs. I'll show off the other ones in the coming weeks. And that's my hot chocolate. So if you've got something good to stay cozy with tonight, let me know. Um, all right, let's see. What have I been reading? So since last week, I finished, and I don't have it with me. I already brought it back to work. I did a video with it for the teens. Wilder Girls by Rory Power. Like I said, I powered through the end of that. Yeah, it is going to get a little warmer this week, which is okay because I wasn't ready for it to be so cold so quickly all of a sudden. Even though it's been nice to have the blankets on again at night. Um, and maybe I'll spend some extra time out in the sunshine. But it was so nice yesterday. Even though it was chilly, I went for a nice hike. I did 4 miles. It was really, really nice, and I enjoyed that it was cool and refreshing outside. It was wonderful. Um, oh yeah, also, so I'm going to talk about the books that I have read since last week and that I'm working on right now. But also, let me know what you're reading. I'd love to know what you're reading. Um, And yeah, I love to know what you're reading. There's always new stuff coming out all the time, old things that we're just hearing about. I mean, some of the phone calls that I've taken at the library recently have been people, they've read all of the new books by maybe a particular author. And I said, well, this one came out, in 2010 or 2012. I missed that one. So I like getting people connected with maybe books they may have missed too. I know we're always focused on what's new, but, um, you know. Susan, they gotta get like a fire pit or something. They gotta get fire pits. And then everyone's gotta like BYOB, bring your own blanket to wrap around your shoulders. Everyone's gotta have some hot chocolate or something. I think it could be cozy. It's also a great time for s'mores too. I think fall's a good time for s'mores. Some hot apple cider, whatever it is. Um, so yeah, Wilder Girls, I tore through the end of that, and it definitely got a little scary. There are definitely some mental images that the author draws up that were scary. I was actually really surprised by one of the moments. I mean, it's a big moment in the book. It's such a big moment, and I can't talk about it because unless you've read the book, there are just some things that just aren't evident even from the beginning. And so this one moment was so scary, and I was reading it at night, and I was like, I'm gonna leave the lights on for a while. I'm gonna leave Food Network on for a while. It's scary. All right, outside heaters are good too. Close enough. I just like fire pit. I love the way it smells too. When I go for a walk in my neighborhood at night, and I can smell somebody burning a fire pit, I always just kind of go like, oh, can I be friends with you? Hello, new neighbors. Um, so yeah, but Wilder Girls was, I wasn't satisfied with the ending, but I think I'm one of those people who never likes a book to end. And let me know if you're similar to this. When a book ends and you kind of leave the characters leave you hanging, and it's not a cliffhanger. It's not a cliffhanger. There's not meant to be more. But I'm always like, I want everything tied up in a neat bow, which is kind of boring. And I had to realize that with this book, that I could not, and the author could not have successfully tied everything up in a neat bow to satisfy everyone, readers and characters included. But I'm definitely that kind of person. When something doesn't end in a neat little bow, I go like, oh, come on, that's, what else? And I keep flipping, like, there's got to be more, and there's not. But I guess I'm that kind of reader. I like things to be tied up, but maybe that's not always a good thing, right? It was so interesting though, and I guess I do like the explanations that were given that led to the end. Like I said, I could not put it down. So that's Wilder Girls, but remember my little trigger warning is that it is all about a school for girls quarantined on an island because of a mysterious illness. You do find out what the illness is though. A little late when you find out, but you do find out what it is, which is kind of satisfying and something that I started to think early on in the beginning, and then I let go of that theory, and then it came back at the end, and I was like, okay. But again, I'm an adult reading a teen book, so I overthink all of these things. Speaking of teen books, that's the only thing that I've been reading lately. I've definitely been needing some escapes, some things that are quick to read. The other one that I read, I've never read any of Kira Cass's books before. I know the selection books are quite popular in the teen room. This one came out recently, The Betrothed, and it seems to be kind of popular, but I'm going to be really honest and say I didn't like it. But I liked reading it because it was so easy to, I finished it in an afternoon. It was Friday. I finished working, and by 5:15 I was sitting out in my backyard on a blanket in the sun and enjoying the breeze, and I think by like 9:30 that night I had finished this. That's how easy and brisk of a read it is. I don't know if Kira Cass wanted it to be a little deeper. I mean, there is a sequel coming out, and I can imagine that the sequel will have more to it. But this is one of those books, I was describing it to a friend as one of those, like, suddenly royal young adult books, you know? And she and I were talking about how sometimes you love a good, very easy to read, suddenly royal teen book because there's just not much to it. I'm sorry, there's just not much to this one. So it's about a girl who is living in a castle with her family, and the king, who has been looking for a suitor. He's king not because he's old or older, but because he was next in line. His parents have passed, so he has been looking for someone to make queen, and she happens to be his favorite right now, the person who has caught his eye, and the whole book is kind of about her, almost like the Princess Diaries, where she's kind of like trying to learn how to be royal, but there's just more at stake, and it happens so quickly, and it's so serious, where she's like, I'm not even formally engaged, and I'm meeting this king and queen of a nation where they're at war against, or they could be at war against, where like tensions are pretty high, and it's about like her friends and who she wants her lady in waiting to be. It's just, it's kind of shallow. The whole book is kind of shallow. There could totally be more to it. It could be more high stakes, but I really just appreciated how easy it was to read. I liked some of the like vapid talk between the girls about dances and romance and what they're wearing, and I don't know, some of that was just nice to read. It's, this is no great novel, but it was a good escape. But then, I will say at the end, all of a sudden, big things happen, and I was kind of wondering how it was going to resolve at the end. I was kind of thinking to myself, I don't know if she could get away with what she's doing so easily. And I'm not sure why. There's like, it's like a love triangle, and I'm like, why does she like that guy? She doesn't even know that guy. But I was kind of like, I don't understand how she could get away with what she was doing so easily. And then all of a sudden, there was a total about face in what happens in her life and the country. And so there will be a sequel. So I'm interested to see if the sequel is a little more fully fleshed, a little deeper. But I mean, not every YA book needs to be deep. And that's kind of been the trend lately, is that a lot of YA books are really serious and really heavy and dark, and it's definitely a reflection of the times that we're in and the way that teens are versus, I mean, even when I was a teen, there were definitely books that were kind of dark and heavy, but I feel as if it's a lot harder to find some light, brisky, easy reads because there are just so many things that teens go through nowadays, and just looking at our world and our culture and how culture has changed so much due to technology and how much pressure is on kids. It's easy to see why books are the way they are because it mirrors their experience, and that's what they're looking for when they read a book. So, heavy. Yeah, not the greatest book. Not one of my top recommendations, but like I said, I went through this in only a couple of hours, and it was the perfect distraction that I needed. So, that was good. um, you know, I still have a whole pile of books that I need to read, and I am finally reading. I hope I can finish it tonight, but I'm not even halfway through, so we'll see what happens. I'm very tired today, so we'll see. I'm finally reading One of Us is Lying. I keep checking it out and then checking it back in because I never get to it, and it's so popular that for a while I was not actually able to get my hands on it. So, a lot, unfortunately, a lot less teens are coming in to browse. I'm easily distracted, sorry. Not that many teens are coming in to browse. I think a lot of them are checking out the ebooks when they can. But, if you have a teen in your life, let them know, hey, you're easily distracted too. Let them know we have tons of books, and if they need suggestions, to ask, and we can do them for curbside or locker pickup. The lockers are, see, she always does this. What you doing? You've been reading with me, right? Okay, that's better. Yeah, the lockers have been super popular, so if teens want to do curbside or locker pickup, I mean, all of these popular books are still here. So I'm finally getting to this one. There is a sequel, and then this author has another standalone. I don't know if that one's going to have a sequel or not, but they're all really, really popular. Karen and McManus, so popular. This one is a murder mystery of sorts, and it follows the perspective of 4 different students who were present when another student died in a classroom during detention, and I have to keep her busy. I have to keep her distracted. You know her, she's got to be in every video, right? Yeah. And so the police start questioning them, what happened to that kid, and it starts to get deeper and deeper, and so each chapter has a different focus, and each chapter has different sections that are told by the particular kids. And I like that the headings say, what day and what time it is, so you can kind of piece things together and follow along. It's interesting. It goes fast right from the beginning. It's definitely not a slow start, which I think is why a lot of teens like it. And I think that a lot of our adult fans of YA will enjoy this too. Like I said, I'm not that far into it, so I can't really say for sure. But I am enjoying it so far, so we'll see. We'll see where we go from here. So now I'm distracted by her because she's just purring, and she's so adorable when she purrs. She has been my reading companion. She has been by my side. She's been by my side all weekend. She has not left my side, which has been wonderful. right? Thank you. The other, if you saw on Instagram, Miss Marie and I did a live unboxing. We were using the Instagram Live feature over there. We thought it was really fun. I know we have some different viewers on Facebook versus Instagram. And it's saved on there, so if you do have an Instagram and you want to check it out, we did a live unboxing of the children's and juvenile books that came in. It was so much fun to do. And I have some of the graphic novels that I brought home with me, and I hope I get to finish them or at least go through them in the next 2 days or so we can get them processed, but I'll show you which ones that I took. If you watch the video, you'll know I love graphic novels. I was super, super excited to take these home, so I'll share them with you now. All right, yeah, I'm wearing my pajama pants. I've been wearing my pajama pants all day long. I'm definitely that Zoom person who's like, I will wear clothes on the top and pajama pants all day long on bottom. Because you know what? It's chilly, so it's time for my cozy pajama pants, and I got so excited for that. So this one, Witches of Brooklyn. These are all middle grade juvenile books. So the Seance Tea Party, which I've been seeing a lot of online, so I think there's some buzz around this one. I love the illustration style of this one. Love it. And Roald Dahl's The Witches is now a graphic novel, so this will definitely get the attention of an entirely new group of kids who maybe have not come across those books before. So super, super excited. And then, of course, tomorrow is Book Cooks, and I keep forgetting to take the meat out of the freezer to defrost. I hope I will remember. But we are using this book, the Primal Gourmet Cookbook, and we are making stuffed sweet potatoes. The recipe calls for either beef or lamb, and I happen to have lamb that I froze away from when it was on sale eons ago, and it has a tahini dressing and a parsley salad. It sounds really good. Sounds like a really great lunch, and I love sweet potatoes, and again, it's definitely sweet potato season. It's definitely time for cozy foods. So this is Book Cooks tomorrow at 12 p.m. if you want to cook along either tomorrow with me or tomorrow or any other time this week afterwards. The recipe is on our website right now, or eventually I'll bring this back to the library so it can be processed. It's not processed yet. I just had to take it when I saw it come in the other day. I got really excited. And you guys can check this out as well. But yeah, so it's all like really hearty, healthy eats. There's no dairy, no grains, that kind of thing. But I mean, who needs grains when you have stuff that looks like that? That's pretty good. Alright, so that's all the stuff that I have been going through this week, and there are a couple of new releases I want to share with you. This week's apparently not a big week for new releases. There were a couple of things that we had gotten at the library. I did do an unboxing of adult books, but then Instagram deleted that video, and I was really mad because I was like, of all days, Instagram, why are you going to do this to me? But we'll do more. Marie and I really like doing the unboxing videos. It makes us feel cool. But there are a couple of new releases. There's one that I have up here that does not appear to be on Libby yet, but we did get our copy in the library last week, so it should be processed and ready to go. It is called The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, and it had some interesting reviews. Yeah, it has quite a few starred reviews from Kirkus, Library Journal, and Publishers Weekly. So for me, that's like, oh, we like this book. Every now and then when you're, as in you, if you're a librarian or you curate the collection in a bookstore or whatever, I'm getting a bath, thank you. Thanks. You read the professional review journals, and every now and then there's one that'll give something a starred review, and you go to look it up and you go, why did you give this a starred review? Nobody else likes this book, and the actual description sounds a little suspect. But it does open your eyes to seeing different authors and a lot of times debuts or translations. So we read so many reviews, but this one had quite a few starred reviews. Let's see if I can find the description. It's not a very big description here for this one. Four septuagenarians with a few tricks up their sleeves, a female cop with her first big case, a brutal murder. Welcome to the Thursday Murder Club. I feel like there should be jazz hands there. It's in all caps. In a peaceful retirement village, four unlikely friends meet weekly in the jigsaw room to discuss unsolved crimes. Together they call themselves the Thursday Murder Club. That sounds totally like right now, people are really into true crime. Like that's a really big part of culture right now, people who are true crime aficionados, and that's kind of what that reminds me of. When a local developer is found dead with a mysterious photograph left next to the body, the Thursday Murder Club suddenly find themselves in the middle of their first live case. As the bodies begin to pile up, can our unorthodox but brilliant gang catch the killer before it's too late? I thought that sounded interesting. The reviews all said that it was fun and that it was engaging. So I figured, why not? So I ordered it, and I'm glad because it did get even more positive reviews after that. So, like I said, our copy is at the library. It should be processed. I can't make any promises. Alright, I'm trying to go open up Hoopla so we can take a look at Hoopla and see what's new. And then we're going to go to Libby, and we're going to take a look at the ones that I bookmarked on Libby, our new releases. Oh, my Hoopla updated. Don't forget to update your apps. If you're using them on your phone or your tablet, you gotta update them because sometimes features and rollouts don't happen. There are the Notorious RBG is available as ebook and audiobook, and also the movie RBG is available on Hoopla. It's one of the things I wanted to show you on Hoopla. We showed RBG as well as On the Basis of Sex at the library. Within a few months before we closed, I want to say, everybody loved them. Both movies, everybody raved about. So if you want to hop on Hoopla using your library card and check out RBG, I definitely recommend it. People were so into it. They loved it. So definitely check that out. The other thing, so I wanted to also mention both Hoopla and Libby have a section for Hispanic Heritage Month. There we go. Can you see that? There we go. And one of my favorite ones that's on here, I feel like I talk about this all the time when it shows up, but Marie and I love this book. Yuyi Morales, Dreamers. It's a picture book. It's beautiful. It's so, oh my gosh, the illustrations are beautiful and the story is really touching, especially for us as librarians. We got the chance to see her talk a few years ago at Book Expo, and we were so enchanted by her that when we got back, Marie immediately went and ordered this book for the library collection. It's just a really, I mean, the illustrations are gorgeous, and it's a really sweet story, and of course a library plays part in the sweet story of this family, and oh, we loved it so much. But there's a great collection there, and then also Hoopla is really good about this. Where's the other collection? If you scroll through these banners, there are so many highlights. The other one, Hoopla has a lot of these self-help kind of books that seem to be really popular all the time, and so there's a little section on that as well. And then of course when you go to ebooks, that was audiobooks. There are other collections for you to check out. I mean, there we go. Here are some more RBG books in the ebook section. Also some ones for kids as well if you want to share with kids or students. Yeah, everyone loved On the Basis of Sex. I mean, they really, really did. So, yeah, I mean both. I mean, people were so pleased that we showed them. I mean, people walked out and they were like, that's the most amazing girl power. What a great person. I'm so glad we got to see this. I mean, I loved hearing people's reactions to it. They were so happy. And sometimes when we show a movie in the library, we get mixed reactions. It's hard to please everybody. We get such a great mixed group. There are tons of kids' books about her. Yeah, there are so many. Oh my gosh, I love this one, the RBG workout. Ah, I love it. Yeah, this is actually from her personal trainer. That's amazing. I love this book. That's on Hoopla, the RBG workout. It's hard to please everybody. There are so many different tastes, but for, I guess for good reason, those two movies were unanimously popular with everyone. So I think that's a ringing endorsement. When we get anywhere from 20 to 40 people per showing, and unanimously they all loved both On the Basis of Sex and Notorious RBG, and the RBG movie, that's a good endorsement. So those are some of the things that are on Hoopla. Always check out Hoopla. There are so many interesting collections, including, actually, I do want to share, there's Women and Girls in STEAM, and where is it? I just saw it. But I think we've spoken about this before. The Radium Girls book has always been really popular, but Hoopla now has, and we have at the library, the Young Readers Edition. Oh, licorice is laying on the keyboard. Good luck to me. Where is it? I just saw it, but... Oh, and here's one that I'm going to read. Where is it? Bring it back, bring it back. Mary Blair's Unique Flair. I am definitely going to read this one. Oh, stop, licorice. She's pressing buttons on the keyboard. Okay. The Girl Who Became One of the Disney Legends. This is a storybook, a picture book, but at the beginning of quarantine, I think I reviewed oh my gosh, now I can't remember the name of it, the Women in Animation book. Now I gotta find what it was, which was all about the women who were behind some of Disney's greatest things that we never talk about the women. We always talk about the boys club of Disney. Mary Blair is a big name, and she's one of the biggest artists behind It's a Small World. And I've been doing research on, you can't see, it's a little dark behind. Oh yeah, you can't see, it's a little dark behind me. I mean, if you up your brightness on your screen, you might be able to tell that the portraits behind me are from the Haunted Mansion, and I think she had some say in that. She was really big then. Haunted Mansion was coming to fruition at the same time as It's a Small World at the World's Fair, and so I mean, there are women who we don't talk about it. We always talk about the men who designed all of these things in Disney because that was the culture then. But I mean, the women at Disney did amazing things and came up with amazing concepts, and they definitely don't get the credit. So for any of your young Disney fans, you should show them Mary Blair so that they know girls can do cool things. So that's The Girl Who Loved Color. There's so many great things on Hoopla. The Queens of Animation, that's what it's called. It just came to me. That was a great read. Marie read it too, I think. I know I suggested it to her, but that was a great read. Okay, so I've been talking for a long time. Let's get to this week's new releases. Aside from the Thursday Murder Club, I get so distracted when there are a lot of cool things happening, and I've been reading a lot of stuff. Oh, I only have 2 for you here on Hoopla today. On Libby. Sorry, we're on Libby. And again, Libby has right on their front page as well, Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Oh, It's a Small World. I have such a love-hate with It's a Small World. I'm one of those people who has gotten trapped on It's a Small World, and you have to sit and listen to that song for... How long were we stuck on that ride? We were literally right at the end, and it stopped. And usually when it stops, it's because somebody needs assistance getting on or off the ride or something like. It's rarely a mechanical malfunction. It usually just has to do with how long it takes to assist people on and off rides. I forget what they call it when that happens. There's like a cast member lingo that I was told once, and then I forgot because I'm not a cast member, so I don't remember. But we sat at the end of the ride. We were so close. And it was three of us, and we just sat in the little boat. And you're stuck on a ride at Disney with theater people when everybody starts to harmonize to It's a Small World. It does. It brings back so many memories, and it's one of the things that I remember most about going to Disney as a kid. It's one of those things that doesn't leave you, and it was nice to see it was just as colorful and beautiful and bright and happy going back as an adult. But every now and then, the two friends that I went to Disney with, I'll send them the song on YouTube or something, just so it gets stuck in their head if it's stuck in my head. It's between that and Grim Grinning Ghosts from the Haunted Mansion. Those are my favorites. But yeah, so Mary Blair, if you haven't read that Queens of Animation, oh, so good, so interesting. And I listened to the audiobook. I love the audiobook. I can definitely give a thumbs up for the audiobook on that. But so interesting. Is it on here? Where did I don't even remember where I borrowed it from. If it was on Libby or Hoopla. Thank you. Just go back and back and back and back. There we go. The Queens of Animation by Nathalia Holt. This was such a good book. So good. Let's see. All right. So here are the last two new releases that I have today, aside from the Thursday Murder Club. I showed this one on my unboxing, The Book of Two Ways by Jodi Picoult. Everybody loves a new Jodi Picoult, right? A riveting novel about the choices that alter the course of our lives. All right, let's see. Everything changes in a single moment for Dawn. She's on a plane when the flight attendant makes an announcement. Prepare for a crash landing. She braces herself as thoughts flash through her mind. The shocking thing is the thoughts are not of her husband, but of a man she saw 15 years ago, Wyatt Armstrong. Dawn miraculously survives the crash, but so do all the doubts that have suddenly been raised. She has led a good life. Back in Boston, there is her husband, Brian, their beloved daughter, and her work as a death doula, in which she helps ease the transition between life and death for her clients. But somewhere in Egypt is Wyatt Armstrong, who works as an archaeologist unearthing ancient burial sites, a career Dawn once studied for but was forced to abandon when life suddenly intervened. And now, when it seems that fate is offering her second chances, she is not as sure of the choice she once made. After the crash landing, the airline ensures that the survivors are seen by a doctor, then offers transportation to wherever they want to go. The obvious destination is to fly home, but she could take another path. Return to the archaeological site she left years before, reconnect with Wyatt and their unresolved history, and maybe even complete her research on the Book of Two Ways, the first known map of the afterlife. As the story unfolds, Dawn's two possible futures unpool side by side, as do the secrets and doubts long buried within them. Dawn must confront the questions she's never truly asked. What does a life well lived look like? When we leave this earth, what do we leave behind? Do we make choices, or do our choices make us? And who would you be if you hadn't turned out to be the person you are right now? I think that sounds really interesting. I feel like all of those books about choices are always so applicable to our lives because we're always wondering, always wondering. This is also available as an audiobook, and this is just listed as fiction literature. There are 23 copies available, and I'm sure there are many, many more available for curbside pickup if you order through bccls.org. And then what is the other one that I have? I have a new mystery suspense thriller fiction. Is this available as an audiobook? No. It's by Gilly McMillan, and it is called To Tell You the Truth. So a new thriller. Thrillers are so hot right now. I mean, like, the trend has been going pretty strong. I feel like since Girl on the Train, people have been just eating up thrillers so much. I feel like that book made thrillers so much more mainstream, and now people are just churning them out, and they're so popular. They're always really hot when people see them on the shelves at the library. So this is by the author of The Nanny and What She Knew. A serpentine thriller that cleverly blends atmosphere, tarnished memories, mystery, and twisty secrets from the past into a potent, intense read that will leave you questioning everything you believe. To tell you the truth, everything lies. Lucy Harper's talent for writing best-selling novels has given her fame, fortune, and millions of fans. It's also given her Dan, her needy, jealous husband, whose own writing career has gone precisely nowhere. Now Dan has vanished, but this isn't the first time that someone has disappeared from Lucy's life. 3 decades ago, her little brother Teddy also went missing and was never found. Lucy, the only witness, helplessly spun fantasy after fantasy about Teddy's disappearance, to the detective's fury and her parents' despair. That was the start of her ability to tell a story, a talent she has profited from greatly. But now Lucy's a grown woman who can't hide behind fiction any longer. The world is watching, and her whole life is under intense scrutiny. A life full of stories, some more believable than others. Could she have hurt Teddy? Did she kill Dan? Finally, now Lucy Harper's going to tell the truth. I feel like that's a spoiler. Oh, well, Dan vanished, so I guess, okay. Cross her heart and hope to die. One of the most unsettling and forgettable heroines I've ever met. Says, I don't know who that quote is from. It's just listed there. So that sounds really interesting. Again, that's To Tell You the Truth by Gilly Macmillan. Thrillers, man, they are super, super popular, right? Let's see, what else? Anything else I want to share here? Oh, there's the Mayflower's 400th anniversary books on here too. See, there are all sorts of interesting collections that you might not ever think about, but there they are. And then the social justice and activism section. I love scrolling through Libby. Seriously, when you don't know what to read, just scroll through Libby and Hoopla. There are so many different features and collections. Centennial anniversary of the 19th Amendment. Award winners. Miss Marie loves this one right now, by the way, The Donut Fix. She keeps recommending that one to everyone. It's a middle grade one. Great narrators, kids and teens that are always available, no holds. Some more audiobooks, always available graphic novels, new kids books, meal prep, one of my favorites, new YA books, page to screen. If you're like me and you're still spending a lot of time at home, page to screen might be fun. All right, so I think that is it for right now. Yeah, I think that's it for this week. Those are the new books that we have this week. If we get another box of books, we'll do more unboxings. They're lots of fun to do. I like sharing kind of the backstage of the library with everyone. It's fun. And yeah, so let me know if you're reading anything good. You can always send me an email or drop a comment somewhere here on Facebook. Remember, if you need help finding new books to read, check our book match form at the top of our website. And don't forget, we have our new 24/7 locker service, so if you can't make it during curbside hours, which are 10 to 5, and now we have Saturdays 2 to 5, let us know. We'll put them in the lockers. They're a lot of fun. We love the lockers. They're so nifty. All right, so that's all for me tonight. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening. Get cozy, stay warm, have some hot chocolate or tea. 50 words for rain. I'm going to look that one up right now. Let's see. 50 words for rain. By Asha Lemmy. Oh, that one just came out. Okay. Well, let's pull up the cover so we can show everybody. 50 words for rain. So there we go. Oh, and that's one of those Good Morning America book club reads. And I know a lot of people like to all read those because then it's kind of like everybody's reading the same thing. I kind of like it that we have all of these different, like pop culture book clubs. Yep, the Good Morning America pick this month. I love that because then everybody's kind of talking about the same thing and reading the same book, and and everybody has this little commonality to talk about. I kind of like that. I don't always love all of the books. Please don't do that. Just pressing buttons again, which means it's time to go. Don't, not all of the books are like the best novel in the world, but they're things that people can relate to or talk about, and I just love it. I love it. Yes, that's me. She was looking at my face on here. So yes, it's time for us to go have our dinner. And I will see you all tomorrow if you join me for Book Cooks at 12 to cook our stuffed sweet potatoes. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you all soon. Bye.